Thanks to the support as a channel member, Ian White. One job and one job only today. Well, two jobs, I guess. Win the double. So, the league. And that is two jobs, isn't it? Hello and welcome to Club 5, part 17 of Non-Lethal Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we should hopefully be winning the league and cup double. The league is a lot safer than the cup. We're actually going to be playing Inter in the cup final, as well as Inter being the only team that can catch us in the league. As you can see, since you were last with me, we've continued to win a lot of football matches. The league table looks like this. We're 16 points clear of Inter. We've only got 5 games left. They have 6, but we both play now. Well, actually, we play before them. If we just win, I think if we win, it doesn't matter what they do. Kev maths. But then we'll play the cup final as well. I have been checking in to see on what Preston are doing to see if we can jump ship this summer. I think similar to last summer, it's going to be a very similar situation to what we had then, in so much as the only way we're getting that Preston job is if their current manager goes on to bigger and better things. They're looking good for getting back in the Champions League again, but I don't think he's going to get sacked anytime soon. He's actually been their manager longer than I have now. So I can't have some guy called Ferguson being considered a better manager than me. That will never do. But let's get into this game against Benevento and hopefully pick up a win. I mean, we should pick up a win against this lot, win the league, and then worry about the cup and worry about next season. It'll be fine. So we've got Secco in goal, a back four of Amgar, Valente, Sotalo, and Agostini, Locatelli at the base of the midfield, Veloso dos Santos and Szoboszlai ahead of him, Lazrak on the left, Bilger on the right, Vlahovic up front. Let's go and rattle a few goals in. Hopefully, no stage fright, no nerves, just a big pile of goals and a trophy lift. We love a little trophy lift around these parts. Let's get the league table on there. Like I say, I think if we win, it doesn't matter what Inter do, because we'd go 19 points clear. They have 6 games left. Yeah, if we win, maths, if we win, it doesn't matter what Inter do. We can lift the trophy right here this afternoon. And we've gone 1-0 up inside the first 10 minutes. It's Valente with the header. It's one of our more common routes to goal. The lovely set piece floated into that far post. And you've always got Valente or Sotalo lurking in those areas, ready to nod it in past the keeper. And that's exactly what we've done there. Locatelli, with a rare start for him, so retiring at the end of the season. He's not actually interested in joining our coaching staff. I've tried because, you know, club legend and all that. He's been here a long, long time now, but no interest in joining our coaching staff, despite the fact he has got staff attributes. So it's not one of these where he's just going to retire and not become a member of staff. He just doesn't seem to want to become a member of staff for me. I think it might be a game glitch, because it's one of those things where even though he's announced his retirement, he wants a playing contract on contract renewal, won't accept a staff role as part of it. So I'm hoping once he actually retires, we can bring him back in after he's left. It won't quite roll over, but sometimes you do get that little glitch. So I'm still hopeful we'll get Locatelli in as a coach for next season with the youth team, obviously, initially. We don't have him coming straight into the first team. He's got to earn his way up. I mean, we started at Peterborough Sports, for goodness sake. He doesn't get to start as a coach at Juventus. That would be insanity. We should send him to Send him to Peterborough Sports, get him hanging out with Michael Gash, and get a little bit of Gash training in him. That might be, you know, if only that was a thing. Gash still doesn't want to leave England to come and join up with me. He's still hanging out in Preston. So I guess he's going to... Has he now had more contribution to Preston's status as a Big Four club than I did? I'm not sure if I can cope with that, but of course the return to Preston would mean reuniting with him, unless he leaves with the manager who's there at the moment. And that would be the ultimate kick in the teeth. He wouldn't come with me to go to Barcelona, and then when I come back, he's left with the guy who replaced me. Oh, that would hurt. That would really hurt. I want the Gash reunion to end the series. Szoboszlai with the free kick from deep, plays it forward, and that's a lovely header off the underside of the bar. I'm not sure who that was. Who was that? We'll never know. It was that guy with the header that came off the underside of the crossbar, and now Amgar has been absolutely clattered. Benevento are going to go down to 10 men here, and we've got another free kick in a dangerous area with 8 minutes to go before halftime. We don't actually get to see the free kick play out, and it's back with Amgar again on this left-hand side. We would like to bring him permanently. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford him. We will. That's a thing for tomorrow when we're doing our summer transfers. I would be quite happy with the way this club is set up now if the only signing we made this summer was Amgar permanently. I think the rest of the squad is looking good. Obviously, Locatelli retiring, Vlahovic is going to be a year older. Satalo's going to be a year. I mean, they'll all be a year older, but some of them it matters to more than others. The likes of Satalo, Vlahovic, Boslai are all like, we've got a core of the team who are all approaching their mid-30s. But we've got young players ready to come through in all those areas. It's not that we've not planned for it. Obviously, long-term, Bilger is going to be our starting striker. So I'm quite happy to have him continuing playing out wide until Vlahovic just stops working. But at the moment, he's, what's that, his 44th goal of the season we've just seen? I don't think we need to be worrying about replacing Vlahovic just yet. Lazrak plays it into Amgar, who couldn't quite get onto the end of it, and now Benevento have the ball back. We're on the cusp of half-time here, so I suspect this is... I thought this was just going to be build up to a half-time whistle, but actually we've got over 2 minutes of added time as well. So it might be a goal. Ball over the top. Vlahovic is there, and there is goal number 45 for the season for him. I've been manager of this club for less than 2 years. I believe he's now scored over 100 goals for me, which is, I mean, it's unheard of. It's insane. I think before FM23 is over and done with, I need a save where I have a young version of this man involved in that save, because goodness me, is he quite good. I struggle to believe Erling Haaland is this good at this stage of the game. I think Vlahovic is the best player in the world, and it's absolutely bonkers just how much of a good finisher he is. It might just be that he's an outstandingly good player playing in a relatively weaker league, but he's certainly outperforming Haaland on a world stage at the moment, as demonstrated by the fact that, of course, Vlahovic is the current Ballon d'Or holder and could even win it a second year in a row if he carries on playing the way that he is. And wouldn't that be a thing? Szoboszlai plays it forward to Lazrak, and we give the ball away again. And, I mean, we don't need to worry too much. We're playing against 10 men. They're a poor team even when they've got 11 men. I think we're just seeing out time in this match now with this 2-goal lead until we get the trophy lift. But it would be nice to get a few more goals, do a little bit of showing off. It might be time to take Vlahovic off and get Bilger up front for a bit, let him have a run around against this back four. The only problem is, of course, Vlahovic isn't going to be happy to come off on 2 goals. He'd like a hat-trick on trophy lift day, I'm sure. Amgar showing once again that he's not very good at defending, but it doesn't matter. It's not what he's in the team to do. Did you think the fullbacks were there to defend? You've not been paying attention. Vlahovic with the shot from range from the free kick, and it's tipped over the crossbar by the Benevento goalkeeper, and we've got a corner, and this is going to be the opportunity for Satalo, for Valenti. These boys who are always a threat from these situations, and it is Valenti, I think, who got on the end of that one, but it's straight into the hands of the Benevento goalkeeper. So I'm just double-checking my Kev maths. We are 19 points clear. Inter have 6 games remaining. It doesn't matter what goes on in their game now. We have won the league. Satalo, as he always likes to do when the cameras are rolling, grabs a goal to make it 4. And I think at this point we can probably make a few changes. Let's get some of the kids on. With half an hour to go, let's have a little bit of a party. Bilger's going to go up front, which allows us to put Ruiz on the right hand side. We're also gonna. Who else have we got in the way of kids who we can bring on here? Not loads of kids. Maggioni can come on to play right back. Agostini's just recovering from injury anyway. And I think I'm going to bring on Till Owning to play in midfield, who joined us in January. Hasn't had a huge amount of opportunity just yet, but he is the only natural box-to-box midfielder we've got at the club, and I do expect him to get more game time with Locatelli retiring, just in the midfield in general. Veloso dos Santos might well drop back to play that playmaker role when we go with the playmaker role. Obviously, more often than not, we play Boatini deep and have Veloso dos Santos as a playmaker further forward. But if we do the midfield in this shape, Owning is going to get game time in there. So we need to make sure that we don't let him get unhappy by not giving him game time while Locatelli is still around. Oh, the continuation, the constant flow of players. It's complicated to manage. Bilger has the ball deep in our half. Owning holds it up quite nicely and plays it out to Amgar, who, rather than holding it up, has just stood and waited. But there's the ball over the top to Bilger, who uses his pace to get in behind the defence. 24 goals now this season for him. And remember, he has played almost the entire season on the right wing. It's only these little snatches at the end of games that he gets to play as his actual position as a centre forward. When that boy actually takes over as the main man up front for this football team, and the game would have you believe he's already our key player. If you have a look on the club info, key player is already Bilger at 19 years old. He's that good. But when Vlahovic eventually does start to decline, Bilger is going to get an insane number of goals. It's one of the reasons why I'm not in a massive rush to get back to Preston, because I want to see how Bilger develops. I don't think there's going to be any team in the world that are going to be able to drag him away from Juventus. I think we're pretty much setting up Juventus to be a dominant team in Europe for many, many years to come with the signing of Bilger and some of these other younger players who are around him. This club is set, and he is going to be a superstar for a long, long time. We're not going to be able to take him to Preston, is what I'm getting at. So Szoboszlai with the corner. Can we grab number 6? It's Valente. Of course we can. It's 12 for the season for him, and pretty much all 12 of them have looked exactly like that. He was always a threat from set pieces at Preston, him and de Klerk, but as he's got older, and certainly since he's joined up with us, he has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from these set pieces. Sotalo was the man last year who was scoring all the headers for us, but Valente this year has been really, really good in that situation. It's 6-0. We've got a couple of minutes left. The ref, I mean, what's he thinking? You don't need to be playing these final 2 minutes. It's 6-0 up. All we're going to do is score again if you keep playing. Fabrice is in behind. It falls to Szoboszlai, and there is number 7. What a way to celebrate winning back-to-back Serie A titles. A 7-0 home win, and then a trophy lift, if my maths is right, which let's hope my maths is right. And let's hope we can keep this form rolling until that cup final, because we want to do a double this year. And there we have it. Look, I mean, I think I'm wearing the same suit I am wearing in-game. I just need a white tie. White shirt and white tie. Juventus manager Kev really does know how to live a little. What a get-up he's got on there. But here comes the trophy lift. Come on, everybody. I haven't got my trophy to hand. Come on. Here we go. And... You take so long. Hey! I mean, you took the sting out of it there by taking so long. Goodness me. Right, let's just get into the inbox. I think we've already had our budgets, and they're not huge for next season, despite me single-handedly fixing the club finances. But there's your confirmation we've won it back-to-back. The board are happy, as they should be. Their fans are happy, as they should be. It's the first time anyone's won a back-to-back Serie A for, I think, 8 years. Szoboszlai at 33. What a performance that was from him today. And, of course, we now need the compulsory check-in on the Hall of Fame to see how I'm doing against Beta Kev. Is Alpha Kev starting... This is Alpha Kev. Is Alpha Kev starting to catch up with Beta Kev? So, I'm just behind him. Could this cup, if we can win this cup, will a cup win take me ahead of Beta Kev, aka the guy who managed Chelsea in the Beta? Can Alpha Kev reign supreme? That's what we're looking for here. Let's go win the cup. We've got a league table to move up. Well, rather alarmingly, after that 7-0 win and the trophy lift, we've become a bit pathetic. We lost 2-1 away against Fiorentina, and then we only beat Genoa 1-0 with a 92nd minute winner. I'm hoping we're just saving goals up for Inter. We've also lost Secco through injury. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. He's got a twisted ankle, which somehow is keeping him out for 6 weeks. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't know how a twisted ankle keeps you out. I've twisted my ankle before and been fine the next day. I don't think I know what a twisted ankle is. But with that in mind, this is our team for the final against Inter, because remember, our backup goalkeeper is currently on loan at Atletico, where he's not playing because he went there and picked up an injury as well, didn't he? If I recall. Did he pick up an injury? Yeah, he went there and broke his hip. I remember now. Shouldn't have left then, should you silly goose? So, Owen Heredia, who only made his debut in that most recent league game. He has never conceded a goal for us, so that's a positive. He's going to be our goalkeeper starting in this final. He's on loan while Benoit is out on loan, so it'll be fine. This is our team. Heredia in goal, a back four of Mansoret, Valente, Sotalo and Agostini. Boatini at the base of the midfield, Veloso dos Santos and Szoboszlai ahead of him, Fabris on the left, Bilger on the right, Vlahovic up front. Let's go beat Inter. We've absolutely thumped them in the league. We've ruined them. We're so many points ahead of them that I've not even bothered to count. We're so much better than them. Let's go and prove how much better than them we are by beating them in the cup final as well. Remember, we missed out on the Coppa Italia last year, and I would very much like to win it. Obviously, we're going to win the Champions League next year. That's the plan now. The less said about this season's Champions League campaign, the better. But we do need to get into the habit of winning cups. Because we do want to win the Champions League. That was a lovely little touch from Bilger. Oh, my word. The linesman's got his flag up, and it's so unfair because that should absolutely be a goal just because of this wonderful touch from Bilger. I want to see the replay regardless. It has been disallowed, but the little back heel touch from Bilger, I think, are we going to see a replay? Here we are. So the ball comes into him here. That little touch to Veloso dos Santos was stunning. And deserved. I mean, we should have been awarded an honorary goal just for that little touch from Bilger. I said it before. This is my new thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll put that on a t-shirt, shall I? I'm trying to make it a catchphrase. Bilger's only 19, boys and girls. Only 19. Only 19. He's going to be the best player in the world, isn't he? What have we just seen him do? He is up for this cup final today. He's had that wonderful touch that should have been a bonus goal. And now this is just stupid. People shouldn't be able to do this. Just dances through two players, past a third, and then smashes it past the goalkeeper. What a goal from Bilger. Can we find another one of him this summer, please? What a signing he was last year. And if we can pick up a player half that good again, oh, I'll be delighted. What this right-hand side with Bilger and Agostini, they are two of the best young players in the world. And that's quite a nice thing to have down ones. I mean, our left side, a little weaker. Mansoray is now a natural left back. Fabris is a little bit hit and miss. Obviously, he was one of our most promising youngsters when I first arrived. He's now an adequate squad player, I would describe him as. Sotalo plays it to Agostini, and now Veloso dos Santos. Sotalo again, playing it over the top, looking for Bilger, who's supposed to be our right winger, and he's in there in the inside left position. But it's Inter who've actually won the ball back and are looking for a counter-attack of their own, but Sotalo is there to cover, and Boatini has picked up an injury. I think we'll leave him on until half-time. We're on 45 minutes. Now, how do you score a header from outside the area? This is what happens when you don't have a backup goalkeeper. Secco just comfortably collects this to his chest and we say no more about it. It's probably not even a highlight. But because we've got this untried youngster in goal, that is genuinely a header from outside of the area. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. Right, we're going to have to take Boatini off because he's picked up a knock. So if we bring Locatelli on, Veloso dos Santos can become the box-to-box midfielder. The other option would be moving Agostini into that role. But I think Locatelli deserves to play in one more final for us. He's got such an enormous collection of medals from his time at Juventus. That I think he deserves the opportunity to play. Obviously, he'll get the medal either way today, whichever medal it is, and whether he plays or not. But he deserves to have the chance to win himself one more winner's medal on the pitch. And there is Locatelli, plays it back to Valente, and Veloso dos Santos, who probably doesn't like having to change to be a box-to-box midfielder every time old man Locatelli comes on the pitch. But there's Fabris, and now Szoboszlai. What a pass, and Bilger is in again, and Bilger's gone round the goalkeeper, and oh, it's the William Bilger show, and I am absolutely loving it. That was brilliant again from him, this time just showing the absolute explosive pace that he's got. And this is wonderful. What a pass from Szoboszlai, and Bilger just ruining the defender for pace, ruining the goalkeeper for pace. He's got skill, he's got pace, he's got power. He is the total package of a striker, and we haven't even started playing him there yet. Oh, he is going to ruin lives for the next 15 years as a professional footballer, if not longer. I mean, this is FM23. He could play on until he's 40. Absolutely ridiculous. I suspect many years down the line, there'll be a Preston-Juventus Champions League final with me back in charge of Preston again and a 32-year-old William Bilger upsetting me. And I'll just have to accept that, yeah, I mean, he's that good. We always knew. That's really poor from us. That's 2 gifts we've given them. You can't blame Heredia for this one. This is the poor pass. Was it Locatelli? Was it Mansoray? I was too busy doing my fortune telling. Who gives the ball away here? It is Locatelli. Just absolutely sold Satalo short. Satalo can't get there. Locatelli demonstrating why it is best for him to retire. When, I mean, he shouldn't be doing that. He's got so much experience, so much ability. He shouldn't be playing passes like that in cup finals. That can't be his legacy. He now needs to get a wonderful assist. There you go. Just ping it over the top for Bilger to chase. Bilger playing it into Vlahovic, who's had a very quiet match, actually. It's been all about Bilger so far. Let's not forget we've got 45-goal striker Vlahovic on the pitch as well, who's rested the last couple of league games. He's not been playing in those while we've been just experimenting with other things, resting the old man. And there is the old man. And I thought he'd grabbed himself a goal, but it's a good save from the Inter goalkeeper. And now we've got a corner. And this, of course, means Valenti and Satalo heading forward. You know they both like to turn up in the big matches. Szoboszlai aims for that far post. It's headed clear, but only as far as Bilger on the edge of the area. Can he grab a wonderful hat-trick? He gives it to Locatelli, and now Szoboszlai, who could just stick it up into the middle again. We've still got the big boys forward. We don't need the big boys. It's fallen to Ricardo Fabris, and their goalkeeper has absolutely scuffed it. I don't even know what he's done there. Fabris kind of toe-poked it towards the goalkeeper and it spun away from him into the bottom corner. If we'd have conceded it, I'd be fuming. Szoboszlai does well here, just drills it back across the penalty area. Fabris is there and it's actually gone through the goalkeeper's legs. It's 3-2. What a final this is. 3-2, 20 minutes to go. Let's have a look to see how we're doing for fitness levels amongst these boys. It's been a long season. Agostini's now picked up another knock. He seems to be forever picking up injuries. I think we're going to take off Mansoray as well and bring on Amgar and just freshen up the fullback positions with 20 minutes to go. And just keeping an eye on Veloso dos Santos is tiring. Vlahovic is tiring. Mudryk, of course, a former player of mine at Spurs, is absolutely going to be desperate to get one over me today. Lautaro Martinez with the tame shot into the hands of Heredia. It's the first save we've seen him make today. Inter haven't really tested him. When he has been tested, he's definitely failed the test. But thankfully, he's not been tested very much. Amgar plays it forward to Fabris. Fabris doing his very best to prove he's more than just an average squad player. But that's wonderful from Amgar. That's why we want to sign him permanently. And Vlahovic. And there's Bilger, and he couldn't quite get the touch onto it. But that was, I mean, the movement from Amgar as he just glides past his man. If we do sign him permanently, I don't see him being a fullback for long. We actually played him up front in the last game. He wasn't great in that role, but he can play anywhere in the attack, in the midfield. He can play fullback on either side. I suspect he'll end up further forward on the pitch just because of that dribbling ability that he's got. But Szoboszlai with another corner. We've got that far post loaded up again. We've gone to the near post where Satalo was lurking. It's back with Szoboszlai, who does well to keep hold of the ball. Burst into the area. Can he just get it across the penalty box again? He can't. And it's Inter who come away with the ball. Once again, looking at those match stats, we absolutely deserve to be ahead, and ahead by more goals than we are. And now we are starting to get some tired legs. We've got Bilger, who's going to come off for Lazrak. We've got Veloso dos Santos, will come off for owning to play as that box-to-box midfielder again. And fingers crossed, we can just hold on for these last 10 minutes. Locatelli wins the ball back in midfield, and Szoboszlai releases Fabris, who's got in behind his fullback. He's got Vlahovic in the middle if he wants to find him. I mean, he just ran into his man. See, average squad player, Valenti, releasing Fabris again. Come on, give us a beautiful delivery. Show you're still a star. I mean, this is great work from Fabris. Drills it across to Maggioni, who has the shot, and it's cleared. And now Inter have got a counter-attack through Mudryk, and it is end-to-end stuff. We should be shutting this game down, but of course, we're still on attacking instruction because that's how we roll. If we want to win this cup, we want to win it our way. None of this defensive Italian nonsense. We're going to play Kev ball. Attack, attack, attack. Can we have another goal, please? I'd love a second trophy lift around about now. That would be lovely. What a performance from Bilger today. And we've still got 90 seconds left and at least one more highlight. I thought we were done. I was summing up, but it's Inter with the ball again, and this could be an equaliser. We've got basically a ghost in goal, which isn't much use to us. And now Inter coming through our left-hand side now, but Valente's there to cut it out. And Fabris gives the ball away. Average squad player, told you. And now Inter are in behind. Martinez is in the middle, and that is an equaliser, unless it's getting ruled out. The referee has got his finger in his ear. The linesman's flag was up again. Does that mean it's... I mean, the linesman thinks it's offside. The referee is checking with a little camera, and it has been disallowed, and that should be that. I mean, Heredia didn't look like he was ever going to get anywhere near it. But we've got 30 seconds left. It's Valente with a free kick. Just keep the ball now, boys. That's all we need to be doing from this situation. Just keep hold of the football. Let's not mess up. Oh, what a moment for the doorbell to go. Goodness me, the postman wants in on the action as well. And I don't know why that was a highlight. But Valente just playing the ball forward and Lazrak can't keep it in play. Digital Kev is looking at his watch. He thinks the final whistle should be going. I'm inclined to agree with him. Owning and Vlahovic are both flying in and both lucky to avoid picking up cards there. But what we're going to do is pick up another trophy. Our second one of the episode. Is this going to be enough to take me above Beta Kev on the Hall of Fame? I mean, fingers crossed, although, like I say, we do fully intend to be here winning the Champions League next year. So if not now, then the trophy's a little bit see-through. You can see the Inter shirts, the Juventus shirts, poking through the inside of the trophy. I've not noticed that before. Look how emotionless I am in this situation. Been there, done that. We'll give him a little clap. It's only the cup. We don't really care about cups. We just want to get into the experience of winning knockout games, because we're going to need that for the Champions League next year. So there's your confirmation we've done the double. Agostini and Boatini both picking up knocks. More money flowing in, more happy board, more happy fans. Zabozlai, another fantastic performance in a big match. And no mention of me going over Beta Kev, but let's have a little look. Check it on the Hall of Fame again. Go to nationality, and I am. Alpha Kev is superior to Beta Kev, and we are now just chasing Bob Paisley. Never in all my years playing Football Manager, certainly on YouTube, have I surpassed Bob Paisley in the Hall of Fame. But thinking of what we still want to achieve on Non-League to Legend this year, we would still like a Champions League win with Juventus, and we'd like to go back to Preston and win the Premier League and maybe the Champions League, but primarily the Premier League with Preston. If we collect those extra trophies as well, I mean, it's possible. Paisley won 3 Champions Leagues, 6 Premier Leagues. We've got, I mean, obviously it's spread out a little bit more, but we've won the Champions League twice, and multiple domestic leagues. We've got 1 La Liga, 2 Serie A's. Okay, we've got a little bit of work to do, but we're catching him up. I'm going to become the greatest English manager of all time. Maybe. I've not yet made it onto the top of Italy. I'm not going to make it to the top of Italy, but for Europe, I'm not even in the top 20 in the history of European managers yet. So a little way to go on all of these Hall of Fame things, but we're going to get there. Look, if we catch Bob Paisley, then that immediately gets us into the top 10 in Europe, and then presumably quite high worldwide as well. Bob Paisley is 11th. So again, if we catch Bob Paisley, not only do we go to the top of the English managers of all time, we're going to the top 10 in both Europe and worldwide, because they are one and the same. New target? I'm not going to make it. I mean, Nagelsmann's 5th of all time, still at Bayern Munich, having won 11 Bundesligas with them. Not quite how it worked out for him, is it, really? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.